Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve this absolute value question from official guide to GMAT quantitative review 2020. It's a daunting looking question. However, if we apply the concepts and the basics that we discussed in my absolute value basics video, you would be able to solve it relatively easily with reasoning only. Let's take step by step. So there is some very important information given here. We are given that P, S, and T are all positive. Almost something that is never given out there. So P, S, T are all positive. And I think this is the most important information given to us. And the question asked us is the modulus or absolute value of PS minus PT is greater than P times S minus T. So before we get into the statements, let's rearrange this thing because this looks very, very complicated, and see if we can remove the complication a little bit. I can rewrite this inside the modulus as P times S minus T. And this is already written like this. Given that P is positive, that means P cannot be zero or a negative quantity. And by the operations of modulus that we discussed in my basics video, we know that when it is a positive quantity, you can take it out of the modulus sign and also divide or multiply in an equation or inequality. So let's first take the first step. Let's take this out of the absolute value. So this becomes P modulus of S minus T greater than P S minus T, right? Again, PP will cancel because we can divide by P both sides. We get, the question is really asking, is that modulus of S minus T greater than S minus T? What does that mean? Let's think about it for a second. This is the distance between S and T and is always positive. And this is the value of S minus T, which could be positive or negative, and 0 if S and T were the same. Now here is the case. When is the distance between 2 points greater than the actual value of, or the difference between the 2 points? Let's call S minus T as X. So the question is really asking me, is absolute value of X greater than X? When is that possible? If X were 0, then it's not possible because 0 cannot be greater than 0. If X were positive, then modulus of X will be X itself, and X cannot be greater than itself. So when X is positive, it is not possible. The only way it is possible that the absolute value of X is greater than X itself is when X is less than 0. So this inequality can only happen when S minus T, which we called X here, is less than 0, or S is less than T. So what we come to just by reasoning itself is the question, which looked very complicated, is essentially asking a very simple thing. Is S less than T? Now let's look at the statements. Statement number 1 gives us P is less than S, doesn't give us anything about T and S or their relationship thereof. So this is definitely insufficient. We don't know enough to actually find a relationship between S and T, which is what the question is really asking us. Statement 2 just gives me S is less than T. And I'm done. This is sufficient because it answers yes to the asked question, is S less than T? A unique yes. So it's sufficient. I hope this was helpful. If there are lingering questions, please drop the comments. Happy to answer any questions or lingering questions you have. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my video. Thank you so much.